Hello there, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff happening in the VTuber world. And today we talk about Rima Evenstar, who is experiencing online harassment from the corpo VTuber Tomomi Toraya. Just a quick TLDR before we continue. Basically, there's this VTuber agency called VNU, and a lot of their talents are graduating, and the reason we know this is that a leak came out showing that VNU had basically a bunch of VTubers lined up so all of them could graduate at once, and this is basically the document right here, provided by Legal Mindset. One of the VTubers from VNU had a live stream because she needed to explain why she was graduating. Obviously, because of how controversial the situation is, because having so many graduations lined up all at once is pretty crazy. Rima Evenstar, being the Dramatuber that she is, decided to cover the situation. Rima was announcing that she wanted to discuss a bunch of new things, such as the Nijisanji financials, which we'll discuss as well, the thing about Wachter and the doxing situation, as well as the mass graduations happening at VNU. You can see it's prominently displayed in the thumbnail as well, the document here. And while Rima was discussing the VNU controversy on her livestream, she decided to react to Spectra's livestream.
Yesterday, I made the mistake of going over Spectra's official graduation announcement, and I was unaware that she had stated in her caption that it wasn't meant to be rebroadcasted. So this was an honest mistake. I didn't see the description, so yeah, that was my bad. VOD. Spectra privated the stream and then went on Twitter to subtweet me with this tweet. I felt kind of bad. I wanted to reach out and apologize, but she had already blocked me by then.
You can see on Spectra's channel, the video where she was discussing the graduation is basically gone. They basically deleted it because they found out Rima Evenstar was reacting to it. And to make it even more obvious that they deliberately privated the video, we have Spectra right here saying at the time, maybe read the caption next time. Please remember to be respectful to the talents. And here you see in the description, we have the words, please do not reproduce this stream without permission. Thank you. While Spectra didn't name any names, many speculate that she is referring to Rima Evenstar, because this was one of the few VTubers at the time that was reacting to Spectra's live stream live. Because, you know, she's a Dramatuber, she's covering the situation as usual. Now, is it Rima's fault because she didn't read the description? Well, in a way, yeah, because Spectra is literally telling people not to, react to the live stream and stuff by saying, do not reproduce. My personal opinion is, if you put something out there, you should expect people to react to it, talk about it, to provide commentary on it. So, while I believe that people can talk about whatever they want, if Rima wanted to respect Spectra's wishes, she could have. Now, normally this would have ended there, because this is just a nothing burger. So a Dramatuber watched your live stream, so what? Unfortunately, it escalated, with Spectra Libitina taking to her alt account, call out Rima Evenstar for reacting to a video even though she said not to. This is Misma Ryzing, and she is basically Spectra, with her saying, just landed the craziest stream snipe of my life. Totally FPS related. In a now deleted tweet, Misma Ryzing would also tweet out, horse down, indicating she shot Rima dead. And that's supposed to be the end of things, normally, because it's a tit for tat. Rima has already admitted that she was wrong. He would have apologized to Spectra if Spectra didn't block her. And so it's a situation where Rima watched Spectra's live stream without permission, live on her own stream. And now Spectra is just calling her out, taking pot shots, getting the anger out, okay? Pretty typical stuff when content creators start feuding a little. This would have died down, but something else happened. Basically, another member of the VNU agency, same agency as Spectra Libitina, this girl right here, Tomomi Toraya, would put out 2 tweets that pissed off the entire VTuber fanbase, especially the fanbase of the various Dramatubers covering the VTuber industry. We have Tomomi Toraya, the tiger VTuber, saying, why do journalists never do the bare fucking minimum anymore? I'm hanging and quartering all the Dramaturists. I've seen insults like this before on Twitter, and it's a very basic general insult. And you can see Tomomi Toraya is referencing Dramaturists, referring to people who like drama-related content videos. But because of the situation, many took Tomomi Toraya's words to mean that she's issuing death threats towards Rima Evenstar. And that's why the entire situation exploded. Now, all of a sudden, the VNU graduations don't matter anymore. And it became a situation where a bunch of Dramatubers came out to defend Rima because of the backlash. Rima would see all the drama happening surrounding her, and she would say, I legitimately was not going to address this as I know tensions are high within the company, referring to VNU, and I didn't mind being a punching bag to a certain degree. However, this is going too far, so I will be addressing this on stream. And here Rima is attaching a screenshot where Tomomi Toraya basically said, hanging and quartering the Dramatubers. And so yeah, Rima is forced to respond. We have Rev Says Desu, a very popular Dramatuber, giving his take on the situation. Rev has probably made a video discussing the situation. If he hasn't made one already, he's probably making one as we speak.
And then she says, horse down, which is of course referring to Rima. She started off as a horse-themed VTuber.
Rev saying, they're beyond corny, acting like their tweet had no connection to Rima. Like, come on, if you want to say this stuff, at least say it with your whole chest. Calling out Tomomi Toraya, the person who issued the death threats. We'll call them Toraya now because Rev has attached some screenshots of some livestream chats with Toraya saying, Hi Rima, I sent you a DM about this a while ago. Just wondering if you saw it. Anisu, someone who used to work at Idol Corp, saying, hanging in quatrains to Hi Rima is crazy. We have Toraya responding, can someone tell me when I threatened Rima specifically? Toraya would eventually delete many of his tweets. And Rev is saying, funny how she also deleted this too once she got an ounce of pressure. If she wants to LARP as an unhinged schizo VTuber, she clearly doesn't have the spine for it. This was Toraya making fun of the situation. We also had falseeyed, the host of the Things VTubers Say, giving his take on the situation, and his take is important because not only is False a news VTuber that covers both drama and news, he's also one of the earliest VTubers to cover news in the VTuber sphere alongside Kyo. And False has been harassed in the past because he does cover drama-related topics as well along with news. And False is saying, I'm absolutely disgusted by VNU's Tomomi Toraya. This is why many of us cannot attend conventions. We cannot be certain of our safety. And now we have agency VTubers, referring to Toraya, saying these threats. False would follow up by saying, he wasn't serious, come on, just let it slide. Referring to Toraya, all it takes is one follower taking it seriously and someone is harmed or worse. False continues by saying, are we now in an age when agency VTubers are comfortable sending messages like these, deleting them and acting as if nothing happened? And people wonder why I don't attend conventions anymore. We had some pushback from VNU fans saying, False, please stop. All they want is their departures to be respected. A leaker threw oil on fire. And the horse, referring to Rima, and the lawyer, legal mindset, threw even more oil. Make it stop. Let them graduate in peace, I beg of you. Honestly, you can't really stop commentary when it's the internet. I think VTubers should expect their actions on stream to be discussed to a certain extent. Dramatubers aren't new, they predate VTubers, just need to learn how to deal with it. Obviously, when Rima is in trouble, Parrot needs to have his say because they're friends. Now, depressed Nosagi isn't here anymore because taking his hiatus to chase some opportunities that he has in real life because he wants to become a producer, director, or something. Whichever one is the creative one based on what he said on livestream a long time ago. But yeah, he's gone now, so there's no way depressed Nosagi is going to come back to defend Rima Evenstar when he's so busy in real life. So all we have is Parrot, with Parrot 4chan saying, wow, Tomomi VNU, think that my friend at Rima Evenstar deserves torture for making content on your collapsing company and then deleting the tweet is very brave. Parrot also calls out Misma VNU and Spectra VNU, sarcastically saying also joining on support of their co-worker looks cool. So I guess I should farm you for content myself as well. Dealing mentally ill sisters is kind of my thing. Parrot continues, saying, can you kind of threaten me too? You know, I'm Colombian, so you are going to have to try a bit harder to impress me. But keep up the attitude so we can continue to laugh at you. Please don't tell me you are going to fold just like your company. Continue to entertain my community, you little clowns. You are great content creators. Okay, Parrot is on a warpath, and he's basically telling them to go fuck yourself because, you know, they made his friend upset. Does provide some screenshot of the many things the VNU VTubers did to upset Rima. This is what we covered already. Let's take a look at some words from Rima Evenstar's live stream. As you all know, Rima Evenstar didn't want to make this video. She wanted to apologize and then move on. But since she's been dogpiled so much by both VNU fans as well as VNU VTubers, I guess she had to respond. Now, personally, I would have just ignored tweets like this because they sound so vague. But I can understand that there is a chance that these VTubers are referring to Rima while they are issuing their death threats. Honestly, I think it's pretty mild, all things considered. Normally, corporate VTubers will try to talk about things vaguely because they are under NDA and contracts not to speak out publicly against annoyances. And so sometimes to get things off their chest, complain about something while not complaining about something so they don't get in trouble with management, they'll do vague statements and, post on their alt account, complain about the situation. So the intent on maybe referring to Rima when issuing the client harassment threats could be real.
Things have now escalated to the point where I feel like I need to say something. In the wrong, you're a tiger. Sometimes you need to bring out the claws, and eating people should be legal sometimes if they're annoying and suck. Like, I tried to give them the benefit of, but I'm looking at the replies and just everyone's agreeing with this. They're all on the same page. What the hell is going on? I'm just shocked and I'm at loss for words. And you can see fans and talents encouraging this kind of behaviors and encouraging this kind of remarks. And I feel like this is where I have to draw a line. Like, I do not tolerate any kind of harassment of any kind. And I've made that clear multiple times, even on my stream. I think I said it, like, I don't know. I know I can't force everyone to operate this way. But, like, some of this stuff is just going so far, man. I'm just so tired. Like, it's insane.
And now we take a look at more opinions on the situation. We have expert armchair, someone who talks about VTubers, giving his thoughts on the situation. The VNU talent responses to coverage of the alleged leaks regarding the company's graduation queue have been a self-contradictory mess. Spectra is adamant that her livestream and its contents are not to be made part of this discussion. This is in spite of the fact that during the stream she alluded to a graduation being facilitated by an internal change at the company. At the same time, Tomomi seems outraged at those covering the situation are not doing the bare fucking minimum. The problem is that you can't possibly satisfy both of these demands without simply ignoring the leaks altogether. If your position is that people covering the leaks should do more than simply take them at face value, it would be in the best interest of everyone involved if the dramatubers in question were able to provide context sourced directly from the talents themselves. This is especially true if you want the public to feel comfortable supporting the talents at the company, since VNU allegedly attempted to extort a terminated talent in 2024, probably referring to Amano Serafi, I think, and delayed their current graduation queue out of a desire to butter up potential investors, as the recent leaks claim. I think he's referring to the leaks right here by Legal Mindset. There was a leak from VNU. Someone is saying, as you know, the company's decision on the graduation announcements are being delayed because there's an issue that came up. The company's investors. The issue is that a potential investor found out about a supposed leak about talents graduating from VNU. This is affecting the company's case for receiving this investment. So upper management has determined that they need to buy some time to let this blow over. The plan so far was to announce the graduation of 5 talents altogether before February 11th. The actual graduation streams would take place over the last week of February. However, because of the investors' newly found doubts about VNU, upper management is desperate to prevent those doubts from being confirmed and the investor backing out of the investment this month. The talents who are graduating have been reached out to about postponing graduations by a month. I will keep you updated. That is why VNU graduations were postponed this month in March. So yeah, expert armchair is right. There's doubt regarding VNU right now because they've been caught doing shady things like trying to pretend there are no graduations so investors can invest money in their company. Public is not going to feel comfortable if doing shady stuff like that. Even worse when it's been leaked like it already has. Expert armchair continues by saying, both of these sets of allegations add up to a pattern of behavior where the company and its upper management are either strapped for cash or are willing to deprioritize talents in their attempts to gain more funds. The serious nature of these accusations is going to encourage speculation, with or without the input of the talents. Similar practices have been widely criticized in other companies as well. And it's a matter of public interest if a company is suspected of perpetuating them. However, if the talents themselves don't want to be quoted or involved in this discussion at all, then all the public have to go off of are the leaks themselves. Stigmatizing discussion never works, especially if the subject involves possible malpractice. People are going to talk and speculate. The only way you can get them to stop is to either go silent and wait out the scrutiny or provide more information, contextualize what's going on. Well, to be fair to VNU, that's exactly what they're doing, but because of the leaks, it's getting worse. And it's the talents themselves who are triggering the drama instead of the company itself, Because while it is the company's fault that they are in dire financial straits, it is the girls within that company that are actively causing the drama, even if it was unintentional. Expert Armchair saying, dunking on Dramatubers is cathartic. But if you're going to do it, you're going to have to pick a lane. Either it's wrong for them to use your company's public statements in their coverage, even if it's better to contextualize a situation, or you want them to do more than the bare minimum amount of research beyond just parroting a claim/allegation while taking it at face value. On the off chance that some may view this as a false dichotomy because you could just not talk about it, doing so would mean that nothing has really been learned from 2024. All the posturing against so-called black companies and their practices amounts to nothing more trying to look for a socially acceptable corporate scapegoat. Pinata and a dead horse. Beat on. Wait a minute, is the dead horse Rima? Oh my god, Expert Armchair. Very dark jokes right there. But yeah, I agree. They have learned nothing from 2024. Honestly, I think the companies and the mistakes done by one company will never be learned by another because they'll always think that they are different. So it's not really a surprise if they make a mistake, despite all the examples of what not to do. Anyway, moving on. This is Tamari. She is a VTuber for a certain VTuber podcast, saying, so, very important PSA to all content creators. Putting my content is immune to fair use in your description is not a valid strategy to stop commentary. If you want to be a public figure, making public announcements and then telling people to respect you by keeping their mouths shut is inherently disrespectful to their rights and freedoms. I see why this organization is going under. The talents were not prepared for the internet at all. So Mizu's basically calling out Spectra, saying that even if you put stuff in the description, it doesn't really matter because people will do commentary on you anyway. It's sort of fair use in a way. There used to be a tweet by Delulu Deliria complaining about Rima and Parrot specifically, but now she has deleted the tweet. She hasn't deleted her second tweet. And the reason why her tweet is somewhat important is because, this girl is basically Twisty from the Sanji, and this is her alt account. And she was somewhat involved in a different situation involving a bunch of Dramatubers a long time ago. I guess it's not too long ago in a general scheme of things, but yeah, it's been a long time. And Lulu is saying, same people who attack others on the daily are now crying and playing victim. It's so absurd, man. None of them cared about my safety or livelihood, but crash out over every little thing. If you support Parrot or Rima or False, don't ever show your face in my community. That sounds kinda harsh, not gonna lie. And in the comments, they would say, kill all Dramatubers. Lulu would say, disagree. As you can see, a lot of people have mixed opinions on the situation. Some people are taking the side of the VNU VTubers because, let's be real here, they are under a lot of pressure because the company is in a lot of trouble now. A lot of their VTubers are graduating. Their hopes and dreams didn't really pan out. So it's a stressful situation, and to suddenly have some controversy happen that is related to their agency, it just feels like they're under attack. I think it's just a tribalistic response. That makes sense. Sometime after the Rima Evenstar video, where she talked about the situation, Spectra, the girl who was pretty upset because Rima watched her live stream live, say, my tweet was made at the start of the situation before anything else occurred. Please know I was unaware of any other tweets being made and had no part in them. I do not and have never condoned hatred or wishing violence upon anyone. I see, so she's throwing Tomomi Toraya under the bus. But she still went onto her alt account and said all those jokes about stream sniping a certain horse and saying horse down, right? So she's pretty angry. I think this is basically damage control, as well as confirming her stance because no one wants to, condone hatred or harassment, because that just attracts fans that will, spoil the fan base sometimes. With someone else giving a take on the situation, I'm sorry, Spectra, but you made a public live stream. Obviously, some people aren't going to play ball with you and respect that description. You really want something like this? The live stream should have been a member live stream, which would have given you the right to do DMCA takedowns. And even when your post is pretty misleading, you talk about reproduction. Fairly certain that this is about Rima and the legal mindset live stream. Commentary falls under fair use. Appealing to people's emotion will only work if they actually form an attachment with you. If someone else clearly hates Dramatubers, criticizing Rima and falseeyed, he's saying, good, Dramatuber produces nothing of value and should be banned by all conventions. Restraining orders should be filed against their audience from attending all VTuber conventions too. That's pretty harsh. Need to make Dramatubers go into hiding and never be able to show their face. Leeches do not deserve any space in the VTubing community, just go hide like a bunch of cockroaches. And now we have Blazebug, someone who used to be agency, giving their take, saying, I don't ever agree with people being threatened with violence. We are all humans deserving of grace. However, I think everyone bases their content off of the lives of others needs a reality check. Referring to Rima, especially right now. These girls and the ones who came before, referring to the V and U girls, especially Spectra, is graduating, are hurt. You are using their crushed dreams for your views, and they are right to be incredibly upset with it. The rumors that run wild in our communities are only further encouraged by these Dramatubers, poking and prodding for any info because they want to be the first to have the full story. It's just totally messed up. I don't support either side's decisions, but I can see how this happened and should have been avoided with common decency. But news will always be. Blazebug continues. Doesn't matter if you are just commenting on public things, it doesn't matter if you're not making up rumors. If VTubers need a thicker skin about Dramatubers, Dramatubers need a thicker skin about people getting upset about them in return, because most of these Dramatubers are not respectful. Because at the end of the day, they are content creators, DMing us and begging us to consider breaking our NDAs and share our side, and commenting and asking your community to keep up and send you stuff about us. It doesn't feel great. We VTubers understand that at the end of the day, you have every right to do whatever. Just don't act shocked when we finally get upset that you're ruining our mental health by not knowing who is our friend and who may be a spy to get info for your next new hit video. As you can see, there's mixed opinions regarding what is happening right now. There's no right and wrong in the situation. There's Rima, who has already admitted that she wanted to apologize, so she was in the wrong for not respecting Spectra's wishes, not to cover the live stream live. Though honestly, I don't think it's an issue because fair use and stuff. And there's Spectra as well as her genmates, Tomomi Toraya, issued the harassment threats and stuff like that. So both sides are in the wrong, but you can see why they did it. We have Rima just innocently just trying to cover a situation because she is a Dramatuber. That is what she does. We have Spectra just trying to do a graduation video while dealing with trauma because she's graduating VTuber. That's what she does. Well, there are no people completely in the right in this situation. There are people in the wrong. But what do you guys think? Should all Dramatubers be condemned to death, myself included? Comment down below. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. This is Terry Nebula signing out.